Good day to you, and thank you for viewing this PowerPoint presentation on the Internet. I'm your narrator, Alaine, and I'm excited to bring you our topic today, the creation and impact of the Internet. Let's get started. In reviewing technology developed in the last decade, it can be said that no other technology has become more essential to humanity in a short amount of time as the Internet. The creation of the Internet remains one of the most influential technology events due to its impact on the four general education lenses of history, humanities, natural and applied sciences, and social sciences. By reviewing a series of critical analysis regarding the creation and impact of the World Wide Web, originally known as the Internet, it becomes clear that this technology has and continues to have a large influence on modern society. The Internet is a powerful tool that was created through a series of events starting in the 1960s, through the 1980s and beyond. With the early beginnings of email, the Internet grew into file sharing in the 70s, and then on to standardization of TCP/IP in the early 1980s. One of the later events in 1989 was a paper that was written entitled Information Management, a Proposal, by British computer scientist named Timothy Berners-Lee. This paper outlined the theory and structure of web as it is known today. Named one of the 20th century's most important figures by Time magazine, he received the Turing Award. Berners-Lee also worried that this invention, put into the wrong hands, can become a destroyer of worlds. These days, he works to launch his global plan to save the web. He asks the governments and firms to safeguard it from abuse and ensure it benefits humanity. The Internet is best known for creating a digital meeting and communication space for collaborating and sharing information, and it continues to enhance the daily lives of over 4 billion users. Observing through each of the four lenses mentioned earlier, it becomes clear to see how each individual contribution is now built into the overall technology that is the Internet today. All people are affected by the Internet, even non-users. The creation of the Internet was originally a space occupied by government, military, and science. Today, the Internet is used by all occupations and captures the data from all demographics of users. Historians, art appraisers, biochemists, and politicians all use the Internet to collaborate with those in their industries as well as their customers, co-workers, and constituents. The emergence of the concept of social networking and social networking applications such as MySpace, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook, among the hundreds of others, have led to new Internet fame, influencers, and vocabulary. Phubbing, IG, memes, GIF or GIF, just to name a few. The Internet users are benefiting from the technology by being connected with more people than ever and being able to share and receive more content than ever. This, of course, varies depending on the country and Internet laws. Technology like the Internet influences my individual perceptions in many ways. This is due to the ease and convenience of finding information at one's fingertips 24 hours a day, 365 days out of the year. If I want to research, I feel a great sense of control and confidence knowing I can find scholarly resources with verifiable sources to know the who, where, when, and the what I want facts and information on. The Internet has taken hold so fast that even in my lifetime there have been drastic changes. I can remember a time when having accessibility to information instantaneously was not a possibility. Now, everyone can look up any information from plumbing, do-it-yourself projects, poetry, who is the best-selling authors or Super Bowl champions in any given year, and so much more common knowledge is shared, all viewable through many learning styles and delivery options such as YouTube videos, podcasts, or professional blogs. For example, I love flying, yet I don't have the time to take flying lessons. Maybe after I finish my studies. Yet I can still experience in-flight pilot videos demonstrating how to fly a small aircraft. I can also access online flight simulators, watch videos from others who have learned to fly. The possibilities and information sources are tremendous from all walks of life, connecting us to the world and experiences like never before. Even the most obscure topics, such as, do woodpeckers get headaches? There are so many different topics that can be looked up on the internet. A deep dive into the World Wide Web can connect you with a community you were not aware even existed. It can also result in countless hours spent on the web and internet apps. TikTok comes to mind. This has created a whole new type of commerce, the business of FOMO, fear of missing out. It keeps us glued to our phones and other devices that access the internet. The internet has made many businesses into household names. Amazon, Google, Instagram, Snapchat are just a few of the new darlings of e-commerce. More information also means more informed consumers and more available data to collect about consumers and the how and why purchases are made. Many online buyers use reviews or online comments to get information about products and services. This gives them a more informed sense of their purchasing power for products and services that coincide with their lifestyles and builds trust among company brands. The beneficial influences of the internet on my discipline of study, management information systems, includes network technology and the way that information is extracted, transformed, and loaded into other systems. This is the way businesses gain a competitive edge. By housing data in data warehouses and databases, that information is needed to make critical business decisions for companies to gather and analyze. You may have heard of this referred to as big data. By being able to analyze the creation, implementation, and cloud services of the internet, I can see how it has given rise to many businesses, products, and services that for the most part have been beneficial for the consumer and the economy in just this last half century. Critically analyzing the creation and rise to popularity, the internet has made me more aware of the interconnectedness that is happening all around us. It gives me pause to have to consider it all. The internet has reached so many different parts of humanity and is a part of billions of people's daily lives. Understanding the development and rise of the internet's inner workings could take away from some of the magic for some people, but not for myself. I very much enjoy the connectedness and collaboration of the internet and the new technologies on the horizon. Personally, my perception has been altered by the fact that now I know about the wide-reaching ways of the internet, data collection tactics, and how it's impacted humanity through the four lenses, bringing privacy and ongoing security challenges to the forefront of my mind, and how I interact with the daily use of technology. There's no denying that the internet's influence will continue to impact our lives throughout the world. Critically analyzing technology and studying its impacts on humanity has allowed me to understand the importance of having patience, acknowledging accessibility needs, and allowing diverse tech users a space to express their own experiences. By understanding how and when the internet was developed and released, and what generations of people were embracing that technology, I'm better equipped to understand and exercise patience with legacy technology users who struggle to understand or navigate online materials. This personally benefits me when helping anyone who may have experienced the digital divide and require a little more practice and instruction on the ever-changing technology. Many people around the globe have disabilities, visual, hearing, illiteracy. Introducing these users to new technologies that are helpful in their daily lives has a great impact on society. Even close to home, some of my own friends and family struggle with new apps or technology that do not have intuitive UX experience. There are size limitations and other roadblocks when it comes to sharing on the internet through a specific platform. A task that may seem simple for some can be quite the struggle for others. For example, sending video through email, attaching a photo to a text message, or connecting your Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to post all at the same time. This doesn't stop us from having these features exist. Some users will just opt to not use them. Every day, there are new technologies being built to bridge these issues, such as translation applications, speech-to-text, read aloud, or text magnifying features, just to name a few. A picture says 1,000 words, and now this can be accomplished using smartphones and other devices connecting through internet services. Company apps having an internet presence allows businesses to reach even more users. The increased use of symbology helps those who may be illiterate navigate a website. There is still much work to be done in this area. However, people are adapting and overcoming technology limitations. They're finding workarounds that further my understanding of people's accessibility needs when it comes to building information business systems. When addressing the digital divide, the disparity becomes even greater. Not through a specific disability, but by simply not having access to technology or the internet at all. We live in a wired world, yet even wireless technology requires access points. I myself have experienced this lack of wireless connectivity when moving from room to room in my own home. Creating a wireless hotspot through my phone can usually solve this issue. Yet there is a serious and great divide when it comes to connectivity. Now, I grew up in the city of Chicago, where connectivity is mostly sustained throughout the city. But you travel to a rural area or desolate location, and that connectivity is severely impacted with little to no access. Some companies have tried to address these wireless not spots through high-speed satellite-powered internet connectivity, with mixed results. By further studying the internet and how it was created originally intended to be used and how it's being accessed today, I can see that underrepresented populations are opportunities to address those people with limited access points to the internet. Pew Research Center study shows that the relevance factor for people who say that they never use the internet is about 10%. But so too is the geography and accessibility of these locations. This may not seem like a lot for some businesses to consider. Still, a great many third world countries contribute largely to increase that number for having difficulty accessing the internet. Addressing and interacting with these sectors of society adds value by improving our understanding of technology gaps and how we can improve the lack of access issue. The internet is incredibly important to my job and most industries. I utilize my bachelor's degree in Management Information Systems in my current role as an onboarding processor in the financial sector. I use software as a service through the internet and access customer information through a computer network. Every day, new data is entered into our database system, and account processing and service requests take place. I utilize the ability to connect to my teammates and leadership through collaborative software to enhance my work experience. I read and send emails, instant message, access resources, and share information through our SharePoint. When I wear my business analyst hat, I'm analyzing and interpreting big data, and I'm finding ways to enhance the business and customer experience. Technology solutions are driven by the consumer and their needs. Even in times of pandemics, wars, and natural catastrophes, internet usage may increase, and so too will the customer demand. Therefore, it is essential for all companies to continue to develop and adapt through their disaster recovery plans. This helps to keep the economy open, employees productive, and the consumer connected. Some companies have already grasped this concept and understand that working remote through online services and programs increases employee happiness through sustained work-life balance. For some, there will still be a learning curve, and people will find new ways to interact with others using technology. Video web conferencing comes to mind. Yet for those within the digital divide with limited access to the internet, there will need to be a different approach from a business standpoint. Personally, my background, love of cutting-edge technology, professional growth, and my education have equipped me to be uniquely able to collaborate with many different types of learners and leadership communication styles. I know that I'm an asset to serve these diverse populations and reach a wider audience. I also believe that coding boot camps, STEM programs, and technology employers need to continue to branch out to reach these underserved communities. Some of the strategies that I use are continued practice of active communication skills. If I'm helping clients in my professional life who are unfamiliar with internet resources, cutting-edge hardware, or newly introduced programs available to them, I continue to challenge my unconscious bias and ask myself, if I remove the idea that everyone should know how to do this, can I serve the customer better? The answer is always yes. I'm reminded of what I know and how far I've grown. I know that everyone must start somewhere. After all, we weren't all born with a government-issued iPhone and Facebook account. At least not yet, anyway. Having said that, I continue to be amazed at how quickly today's youth adapts to tech. It makes me think that one day I will need their customer service. Today, I have more patience and empathy for the end user experiencing technology challenges. I consider it my responsibility to educate clients experiencing these issues. I attempt to get the same satisfaction result as I would for an experienced user. By sharing troubleshooting resources and documenting client technology challenges, I become a valued resource to society and my company at large. At the end of the day, sometimes an email just won't cut it, and remote access can make a customer uneasy and concerned with privacy. One must know when the technology is presenting a greater challenge to the client's experience and loss of trust. This is when we must use options that were once considered new technology, such as direct mail or a phone call. Though most business calls today are handled through Voice over Internet Protocol technology, VoIP. In conclusion, the benefits and challenges of addressing issues with the Internet can be seen by using the 4 general education lenses of history, humanities, natural and applied sciences, and the social sciences. Technology has become ingrained in the fabric of society, and barring a breakdown in the system, it will not be going anywhere in the foreseeable future. Addressing the drawbacks and the benefits of the Internet brings to light the importance of being able to find technology solutions and celebrate the positive impacts the Internet has on our lives. The World Wide Web benefits us in that we can conveniently collaborate and communicate across the globe in real time, resulting in advancements in scientific, social, and psychological fields. Expanding the way we design and approach the UX or user experience, creating new, innovative, accessible GUIs or graphical user interfaces. We also observe how connecting with others who share similar views is highly accessible, and although this may build one's confidence and their own self-expression, we must also take a step back and see how that same confidence can result in new challenges such as trolling, catfishing, and cyberbullies, all of which is noteworthy on how the internet has influenced change in the history we make with each passing day. Society's acceptance and demanding appetite for internet services, applications, and programs has helped not only to document history in real time, but to also aid one to more easily be a part of it through internet fame. The lengths that some users have taken creates a whole new type of internet content. The presence of the internet changed social norms and made us question, who are we as a society? Where are we going in the future? How will we be observed through future lenses? All the while, internet security, company breaches, and privacy concerns remain a prevalent issue with increased visibility on the understanding and its long-lasting impacts. The latest being fake news, which becomes more believable and easily accessible through social media. This can hurt not only society at large, but businesses as well. Currently, we are left to our own devices when it comes to having the ability to navigate truth, and not everyone will use the same methodologies and reliable sources that will be required. Still, there are people out there exercising good judgment and sharing with others on how to do the same. Access to too much information creates information overload, which can force internet users to not take the required time to weed out the creative fiction from facts. Worse yet, they will continue to perpetuate the false information to like-minded people in their own communities. Ultimately, the internet adds infinite value to our lives and society in general. By analyzing the benefits and challenges, we are better able to identify opportunities by addressing the ongoing challenges that exist. Acknowledging and appreciating its wide-ranging influences, the internet has enriched our lives. The internet brings an amazing amount of communication and culture right to our homes in real time. This benefits most, be it in their personal and professional lives. I thank you for joining me for this presentation on the creation and impact of the internet. I look forward to sharing more with you in the future. For more information on this topic, please see the following references. 10% of Americans don't use the internet. Who are they? Published on PewResearchCenter.com. The Washington Post article on 36 ways the web has changed us. And visit ourworldindata.org.